Hello, everybody. Uh, Tonight we have another teacher talk sessions. But before I start our sessions, I would like to say that, as you know, that on Friday, last Friday, there was an earthquake in Turkey. There were many people died and lots of people were injured. So I would like to say that we are really sorry for them, and would like to say their families, uh, we are very sorry, and all the people who even who were died because of the earthquake. I hope they will all rest in peace. Okay, and now I would like to say that tonight we have another we have another important person, educational person, and from Poland, and her name is Olga Bond, and she's an English teacher and also representative of SR Teaching, and she will be with her tonight. And when she comes, we are going to start our conversation. And there she goes. Yes, here it is. Okay. Yes. Yes.
Hello.
Hello, Olga. It's great to see you. It's great to see you.
Likewise.
Good evening.
Good
Good evening.
evening. Good evening from
How
Poland.
Yeah, good evening from Turkey, and also good evening or good morning or good afternoon to the people who are listening to us, or also who are going to listen to us later. Okay, so it's great to see you,
Great to
and
see
I
you
would
too.
like
Thank you
to,
so much, Olga, for inviting me.
yeah, okay, it's pleasure for me to have you in my live sessions after watching most of your, the live sessions, and having you here is a very nice thing for me, and it's great, and I'm sure it's going to be a very nice session, and also I'm sure that all the listeners and the teachers or education people who listens to us tonight, they will enjoy it, I'm sure that. Okay, Olga, if you are ready, I'm ready, and we can start.
Ready? Of course.
Okay, great. So, and Olga, can you tell us about yourself, please?
So, hi guys, hi dear colleagues. My name is Olga Bond. I'm originally from Ukraine and currently I'm based in Poland. I've been a teacher since 2008. I graduated Pedagogical University. Currently, I'm a representative of SR Teaching and Learning in Poland. Yeah, and that's it.
That's it. Wonderful. It's a great.
The main
Okay.
points.
So, yeah, great, great. Thank you, Olga. So, my next question is, can you tell us about your experiences in teaching?
Sure. Um, well, as I mentioned, I started working in Ukraine, where I was based and where I'm from. So it was back in 2008. So I started obviously as a student of Pedagogical University. I was a tutor, then I graduated. So I worked in a state school, I worked in private school. Then I worked as education project manager in the educational agency, and we were
Mm-hmm.
closely in touch with the Great Britain, France, Canada, Germany. So what we were doing actually helping the students to go have some shorter programs in England, for example, to study English, or go there to study in the border schools or universities, etc. So it was
Yes.
such an experience. We had the contest for getting the scholarship in the English border school for girls, and it was very successful because actually several girls got the free places for
Oh,
studying in
wonderful.
England. Can you imagine? Yeah.
Wow.
It was actually indeed wow, and they were super happy. They graduated after 2 years in the border school, and then they continued their life in England. So it was
Wow.
very pleasant
Great.
experience working there, that you can contribute to someone's life, providing them such a chance. So that
Wonderful.
was my responsibility to organize such contests and to be the host of these. And then Then I worked in different private schools, also like evening school for adults, for
Hmm.
pupils, for teenagers, for children. Then I moved to Poland and I worked as a teacher as well. So it was new
Wonderful.
experience because I had to only speak English. I mean, overall, even in Ukraine, I spoke only English, right? Because it's an English class. But I came to Poland and I spoke no Polish at all. So I actually had no chance at all.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
it's a
it was
great.
also interesting. It was a pretty nice experience because my students would say who are Polish, and they tell me something in Polish and I say, but sorry, I do not speak Polish. And they would be like, okay. They thought that I just like such a teacher that no Polish in my classroom, that's it. And then I said, but I'm sorry, I mean it, I don't speak. And they were
Yeah.
like, oh wow, really? And they were so in boost to speak English. They were even more motivated. It was just nice, something unusual. And basically, yeah, then I just had the chance to try something new because it was an pleasant accident that I got to know one girl and she was working in a bank and she
Uh-huh.
told me, but they need some people who speak good English. I said, but sorry, but they need the people who speak English, but also they need somebody who knows something about the finance. And she said, let us see. And we found a position where they needed a person who is a good psychologist, meaning like
Uh-huh.
who we teachers are, right? And they needed somebody, hi Tamar, and they needed somebody who spoke
Hi.
very fluent English. So it was also the challenge for me because I thought I would never get this job. But I thought I should go there because, come on, I teach my students how to prepare for the interview, how to go through the interview. And I
Uh-huh.
never had it, like, in the corporate structures and so. And I
Yeah.
just wanted this to experience. But then suddenly I got a job and I worked
Wow.
there. I worked
Yeah,
there for three
wonderful.
years, yeah. But then obviously it had to finish at one point. And now here I am. I'm still in Poland, but I'm representative of SR Teaching. Back to
SR
teaching.
teaching.
Yes.
Back to teaching again. So, you know, what kind of things did you, I think, have you gained by working in a bank environment? Like, what kind of things?
You know, first of all, some kind of okay, I don't know what to put in the order. What is the first? What is the second? I will just tell you how I feel it now, right? So first of all, what I mentioned that I had to experience this. I'm preparing my students for the interview, and
Uh-huh.
I never had it. I mean, I had the interview when I was trying to apply for education project manager for a teacher. But if you're a teacher, you give a demo lesson and you accept it if you are. It's either yes or
Yes.
no. But then when you try to get the job in the corporate structure, you need to go through several interviews. And what it is, especially when it is in a foreign country, for example, right? And the only means of communication is English, which is my subject of teaching, right?
Uh-huh.
So I just wanted to experience this. But then when I got the job, it's just totally different world. Just it extends your horizons. I mean, I learned a lot about myself because
Uh-huh.
when I'm a teacher in a classroom, I'm kind of leader, let's say in the very good sense of meaning, right? So I rule, I have the plan, I conduct the lesson. But when I'm in the corporate structure, I do not rule. I obey. And I just learned absolutely different skills. And I was working with the clients who were based in Great Britain. That's why they needed
Hmm.
English speaking person. And my English improved a lot. I have to
Yeah,
admit, because I mean,
definitely.
every day I had to speak only English, and with the British clients. I mean, they were not only Brits; they were different nationalities, but they were based in England, in Great Britain, and it was only English. So it would be some just vocabulary, pronunciation, everything. I mean, I had no choice but only speak English, and it tremendously levels you up, you know, in your own just skills.
Yeah.
Um, what else? I learned even from the methodology perspectives.
Uh-huh.
Because I went through different onboardings, this is how they teach you the new tasks and the skills which you need to acquire in order to perform the job. So I also analyzed, you know, how we are taught, what instruments they use to teach us, what instruments they use in order to check our knowledge or to keep our knowledge on the good level or improve it, you know,
Mm-hmm.
us as employees.
Yes.
So it's just, you know, you learn about yourself a lot more and you get just new skills. It's wonderful. And then also, you know, the understanding,
Right.
when I was a teacher and my adult students would come to my class in the evening, very tired after work. And I would understand them definitely that they're tired, that it is new material, it is foreign language, and they need to concentrate, but they have their work still in mind or something.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I was there, I so better understood them even more, you know, because I mean, I know what it is to be so overwhelmed because my job is English, and even if it is, even I've been teaching for the whole day, and in the evening I continue teaching, I am tired, but I'm still excited because this is what I love, right? But they
Yes,
come
exactly.
not only because they want English, because it is international language. We all know why we need it, right? So they have their own motivation for the job, for traveling, whatever they want. But apart from this, this is the subject for them. They learn it. It's not only pleasure, it's hard work.
You are right.
And I understand them now even better that after work, they have new work. And and I just understand how difficult it is for them and how I can better help them. You know.
Great, great. Thank you, Olga. Thank you, thank you. And it's very interesting experience for you, I think.
I mean,
uh,
I'm much thankful that I had such chapter in my life because
uh-huh.
I would never plan it. I mean, my friends would go like, "What? In a bank? But you're a teacher. What are you doing there?" And wait, I need to gain some new experience, you know, and I learned my lessons, bigger and smaller. And anyway, whatever happens in our life, we always learn the lesson, and it was the lesson which
Definitely.
lasted for 3 years.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, it contributed to my life a lot. So it's a huge
Great.
experience.
It's a great, great. I'm sure that you had a wonderful time and a great experience at that period.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Olga, my other question. What was your favorite moment or experience in your own education?
My own education.
Yes.
You know, I have to say I totally enjoyed it. If we are talking about, let's say, the professional education when I went to pedagogical university, right?
Okay.
So it was totally pleasant because I felt that I went to the proper direction.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt that I'm in the right place and I want to continue. I was absorbing all of the subjects and especially English itself as a language because we had several subjects connected to
Yes.
English. Methodology, the literature, you know, psychology, everything. I was just like a fish in the water, you know. So it was totally my piece of cake. I just loved it. So, I mean, I cannot remember any prominent moment. It's just, it was very good every day. But then, when I went to school as a teacher, and I had to apply all of this knowledge, right? And I remember that
Yeah.
my first class, and I knew I need to come into this class in such a way that they will feel, my students will feel I respect them, they will respect me. There will not be anything like fear or, you know, some unpleasant feelings, but there will be discipline. And I don't know, I came in and I started talking to them only in English.
Uh-huh.
And Okay, maybe it's just a coincidence, but in Ukrainian schools, it's not very common that the teacher comes and talks only in English. Sometimes it happens they started with Ukrainian. It depends on the age, of course. It depends on how many classes of English they have in general, because in some schools they can be intensive programs, so they have every day the classes of English, or they have it just twice per week, so it depends. But in my
Yes.
particular case, they were impressed, and what they later told me, we want to speak like you. And they were motivated, and I was trying to make something interesting to them. So we were doing projects and different topics. I was not only following the book, So, I mean, it's not something unique. This is what a lot of teachers
You are
do,
right.
but it's just, since the question it is, right? And I had a student, it was 11th grade, which is the high school, the last grade in a school, so pupils graduate after 11th one, and they go to the university. And I had very motivated students, because they said, oh, we will have English as the entrance exam, so we need to prepare. Please teach us as much as you can, because we want to learn. And I had some students who would be, sitting on the last desks, at the last desks, and they would be like, don't touch us. I have nothing to do
Don't
with
tell me
English.
anything. Don't.
Yeah, and I was trying to be very polite to them. So I think on some level we felt that they do not require any high grades, any good
Uh-huh.
marks. They would be satisfied with just something. And I thought, okay, I will not force you to study English, because I will just make you hate it. So, okay, you're not ready now. Let's leave it as it is. And at the end of the year, this gentleman, now he's a gentleman, at that time he was a boy, there is a lesson, it was like the last lesson, they were not even present at that lesson. And I hear the knocking to my door, and they're like this, with the,
They were checking inside.
yeah, like peeping, And like, what guys? And I remember his name was Alexander. He was very talented. His paintings would be on all of the walls of this school. He was doing the paintings with the oils. He was extremely
Wow.
talented, but nothing to do with English, no single word.
I see.
And he comes, Miss Olga, can you please come out, because we want to show you something. He and a friend of his from
Oh,
this classroom. And he's staying and keeping something behind his back, and telling me, I'm so grateful to you for such classes, and they were so inspiring and so interesting. And I'm listening to that. He did not do any single task, And he said, I was so impressed. I promise to you that one day I will start learning English. And he takes the picture out of his bag and presents me the picture, the oil painting. Can
wow.
you? I mean, I have it back
Nice.
in
Very,
Ukraine.
very.
I have it in my flat in Ukraine. I need to bring it here. I would show you. But I was so impressed. It was green leaves and violet roses. So
Wow.
beautiful. I was
I'm
just
sure it is.
shocked.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it is.
So it's,
Wonderful.
I've learned such lesson for myself as a teacher, that we not only teach them, our students, English, like
English.
practicing, here is grammar, here is listening, and they speak and they contribute, and there is interaction, and so on and so on. No, we even teach them when they're silent, when they do not do anything. The students,
Exactly.
even if they don't open the book, they don't have the copybook or anything, they don't know any single word, but we teach them already. Because in a year or 2 or 10, they will have the motivation and pleasant feelings about English,
Uh-huh.
and they will start learning it just with ease, and with
You are
pleasure.
right. Definitely. Definitely. It's a great, because your behaviors, your attitudes towards the students. I mean,
It
probably they
matters.
got impressed, and yeah, and they it's something, very special for them. You made them feel special, and that's
Yes.
why I think they learn the English and to communicate with
Yeah.
you. I see. Wonderful. Great. It's a great. Wonderful. Okay. Thank you, Olga. So It's like Mrs. Dolice says you suggest not to push learners. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And just
Leave
not to
them
make
like
them
this. Yeah,
not
exactly.
not to make them feel like they are hopeless or something, you know. No, they just don't need it in this particular moment. So just leave them alone. And they will do it when they
Exactly.
need it.
Exactly. When the right time comes, they learn it. They
Yes.
use it.
Hmm.
Okay. So my other question is about your business. So can you tell about your current business, or we can say job, and what kind of things you are doing there?
So as a representative of SR Teaching and Learning, I am the point of contact for the teachers who are based in
Uh-huh.
Poland, but not only, you know. So it is our family. Why we say so? Because we all learn from each other there. It's not like we provide teacher trainings, you know, and just come have a course with us and we will give you a certificate. It's not like that. We we actually interact with the
Uh-huh.
teachers and we try to unite teachers, first of all, to have the network, you know, so that teachers can share their success, their failures, their fears. They can feel that they are not alone with some kind of question they have or some kind of problem they experience. We can exchange the thoughts, the ideas, the experiences. And in my on my account, Teach, Love, Earn, I do the interviews, as you mentioned at the very beginning.
Yes.
So where we try to show, I mean, I find the teachers who can share something and motivate other teachers in cases when those teachers have some, you know, they're not sure, maybe I do something wrong, oh, I have such idea but I don't think it will work or something. Because recently,
Uh-huh.
for example, I had the interview with Miss Rashida from Morocco, and she's the author of the course books, you know. So she was telling how it is, what it is, how her daily
Exactly.
routine looks like, where she started from actually, and what kind of challenges she still has. It's not
Mm-hmm.
like she excels in it, you know. So such talks, right? And I always say the teachers who are watching me, please drop me a message if you want to be my next guest, and
Exactly. Uh-huh.
we will learn from you because we all learn from each other. We exchange the experience,
Exactly.
and we also organize marathons, for example, which are broadcasted on the YouTube. Uh, where we have free webinars. So there is a lot of interaction which is friendly, you know, which is for free. It's
Thank
not
you.
paid,
Uh-huh.
right? But apart from this, of course, there are courses which we encourage teachers, in case they want, to go with us, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, and apart from this, well, actually, it came out while I was working in a bank, because I mentioned that there was onboarding, you know, and I was learning from this, and I saw some inefficiencies, in my opinion, of course, the
I see.
methodologist, and I thought I would do it differently. I came to my manager. It was back in time when I was in a bank. I came to my manager and say, look, I would do it a little bit differently to present new material, to teach the employees how to
Uh-huh.
do this particular task with this particular
Yes.
guidance. Let's say they call it procedure, but we can call it
Okay.
anything, rules, let's say. And he was impressed, and he was supporting me and like, okay, go for it, just make me the plan. And then based on this plan, I changed something, and I decided I got uh, supported by my husband, and we tried to record the movies,
Uh-huh.
how I'm explaining what I would do differently, as kind of my thoughts, which I want to share with the managers. And we decided to try to post it on the learning management system platform, which is Udemy.
I
It
see.
was
Uh-huh.
in that case. And we succeeded. It was such a
Well,
lesson.
great.
Yeah, because, you know, I thought, I don't know if this topic will work or not, will it be popular or not. I didn't know at the time, but I thought, look, we go online more and more, right? And it was before the pandemic, by the way. It was no
Yeah.
pandemic at that time. And I thought we should try, because people learn online. People like to learn something when they want, where they want, and from whom they want.
Exactly.
So people go to such LMS, learning management system, as Udemy, as
Yeah.
Teachable, as others, Coursera, anything else. And I thought, oh my God, I would be so delighted if I would be posted there. And can it actually happen? Because I know there are some requirements, like video requirements, sound requirements, content
Uh-huh.
requirements, and
Yes.
etc. And we tried and we succeeded. And actually now I'm in the
Great.
middle of creating some new courses. So this is actually
What?
what I'm doing.
Yeah, great. It's wonderful, Olga. It's great. I'm sure that it's going to be very successful.
I hope. Thank you.
Yeah. Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And my other question. You are Ukrainian, and I'm sure that you can easily give an answer to these questions. What are the advantages and disadvantages of working in Poland?
Mm, okay, advantages. So, I mean, teachers are very welcome. There is a demand for English for teachers. There
Uh-huh.
are a lot of people who want to develop English no matter what their level is. Uh, so, I mean, as a foreigner, I was very welcomed to the schools, to the class, because I also would go to the
Great.
companies. Like, you come to the company, you have the lesson, and the employees continue working, you go away, right? I was very welcomed, and it's huge advantage, because there is very welcome atmosphere, attitude, open-minded people,
Uh-huh.
and I mean, lots of possibilities. If you come and try to find students to teach, no matter in school or privately, I mean, you will have so many classes that there will be not enough of hours during the day for you. Yes, and I mean, this is the advantage. You are very welcome here in Poland.
I
This is what
see.
I felt, and you
I
don't
see.
feel like you're a foreigner or you do not belong here or something. It's the opposite, actually. So
Great.
you're very
It's
good
great.
here. Um, Disadvantage.
Yeah.
I,
What
I cannot
about
I
the
cannot I cannot say any of disadvantage, because okay, let's put it like the taxes. You have to pay taxes, and the taxes are not they're not low. I cannot say that they are high, because I believe in other European countries they are even higher, but they are not low. Okay, so this is what I
I
can say.
see.
But I
Only
mean,
the
this is the disadvantage of any country. But you know why you actually pay the taxes. It is needed. It's I mean, I will not
Yes,
even
you are
prove it.
right.
It's like no questions here, but just you have to do it. But yeah, okay, you have to pay the taxes.
Great. Yeah.
No, probably the disadvantages as a foreigner, maybe I should mention that yes, you of course need to take care of your stay. So you need to have some work permit, you need to have some visa. I mean, it's also something obvious in each and every country. When you're a foreigner, you need to, I mean, unless you're EU member and you're in the EU country, right? But still, you need to have some documents. So this is
Yeah.
some kind of difficulty which you need to go through. So, I mean, this is probably the challenge, the obstacle which might stop you from, for example, going abroad if you wish.
I
So,
see.
yeah, but in general, that's interesting. I should mention probably, at least from my experience, okay, level of students is pretty good.
Great.
They are fluent, no matter
Uh-huh.
children or adults. They probably have very, because I worked in a private school. I mean, like courses, you know, so pupils would come after school to have additional classes, right? And adults also after work to have additional classes. So I didn't work in a state school. So probably in a state school, they have good level of English. So when they come to you, I didn't have any students who would be like very, very elementary. So we would have to start from alphabet, you know. So we would start with something like pre-intermediate, you know, intermediate level. People are mostly fluent, so they speak very
Great.
good English. They have some gaps, let's say, some grammar mistakes, some pronunciation, which can be improved if they wish so, right? So something to
Yeah,
work on.
yeah,
But
it's normal.
overall, the language is pretty fluent, you know. So it's also maybe kind of advantage because come on, the more topics you can give to your student, the more interesting it is, of course, the broader you have your plan of the lesson, right? So
Yes.
some kind of advantage as well.
Okay, great, wonderful. It's like surprisingly for you when you go there, you were not expecting their levels like that, I think, when you.
You know, okay, in general, I don't like to compare, okay, but I had in Ukraine more students of elementary level, I mean, more than in Poland. Okay,
I
so I
see,
had elementary levels, pre-intermediate, intermediates, but in Poland, at least what I had, okay, I'm not
I
saying that it is
see,
everywhere like this. I'm based in Warsaw, by the way,
I
maybe.
see.
Maybe this is
Great.
the influence of capital city because it's so developed, you know, there is English around everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
So I don't know, maybe this is the influence of it, but at least this is what I had.
I see. Great. Thanks. Okay, my next question, Olga. As you know that, especially these days, the distant learning is very popular. So, what is your opinion about distant learning? What do you think about it?
Taking into account that I'm creating the courses, you know,
Yeah, it's wonderful, and I'm sure that it's a piece of cake to give some ideas about it, as you are
yes,
mentioning that you have a courses.
sure. Well, as it comes from what I said, I believe in it. And look, before the pandemic, it was
Uh-huh.
estimated that by the 2022,
Yeah.
LMS programs, learning management systems, okay, the platforms, they will expand by billions of dollars, meaning that they will be popular, right? So there will be content and people will be buying the courses, so they will be studying online. And it was even before the pandemic. Can you imagine now,
Yeah.
after, when people will experience, even those who did not believe in the online education, they would say, come on, 5 years ago, when I would tell my students, let's have the lesson by Skype, because there would be some overlap in the hours, you know, it would be some inconvenient hours, and they would say, let's do it by Skype, because you don't have to travel, I don't have to travel, we can have it at 10 p.m., that's okay.
Yes.
They would say, no, I want to, you know, I want the atmosphere, I want to sit in front of you, and I need to see you, I don't want to do it through the screen. Whereas now, more and more students say, I don't want to travel, I want to have it online. Can we have it via phone, please? You know? So people see more benefits, right? Because it really, it doesn't only save your time, but what it does, that it provides you with the bigger choice, right? You as a student, because you learn from the teacher you want to learn from, even if this teacher is based in a different city or different country or different continent, if you wish.
I
So
see.
I do believe in this, of course, and I think that LMSs will be growing and growing, and I highly encourage my dear colleagues, teachers, to go for it as well, just to have a look at the platforms and go for it, create your courses and, you know, extend your horizons.
I see. Great, great. Thank you. Thank you, Olga. And my other questions about activities, like what kind of activities can you suggest to the teachers to use in their face-to-face classes and also maybe for distant classes?
You know, there should be interaction, right? There should
Yeah.
be communication. There should be connection, first of all. There should be sense of team,
Uh-huh.
even if it is individual class. So the team meaning you're a teacher and your student, you're a team. They should be, of course, engaging, modern, right? Um, why not to use the phone? Exactly, because on the first marathon we had at
Uh-huh.
SR Teaching&Learning, there was activities presented by Olga Bond, and she was saying smart activities with smartphone. Why not to use, if our students so got used to the phones, why not to create some activities where they can actually use it, you know, because they're constantly with their
Exactly.
phone. Why not to show them that here is English, here is what you use it for, to read the news simply, or to follow some bloggers and have the information from the first hands. Why do you need to wait until it will be translated for you by someone and then you read it in your native language when you can use it in English, right? So why not to interact in such way? To show them live English, not only in the book. Book is the prominent source of knowledge, obviously, but apart from this, some real uh, videos, some real conversations, right? But in any way, it should be engaging. It should it should have communicative purpose, right? Especially if it
Uh-huh.
is in a group. So you cannot just give the activity and say, yeah, okay, so now let's read it one by one. So we present what we have on the paper, and then where is the connection? What is the point to me to listen to my group mate, right? So
I
I
see.
need to be
Uh-huh.
interested, right? So
Yes.
um, also, what I remember from the interviews I had, there was the gentleman Rauf Dashaibali from Azerbaijan, and he created after-class club, which he called TED Club, so
Uh-huh.
TED Talks,
TED Club. Yeah, from TED Talk.
and students were so happy to have it because they felt the need to listen to him carefully during the class, because then there will be the selection and not everyone can get to this TED Talks Club. So only those who can present something in English, who are confident, who can show themselves, who can speak with the proper speed,
Exactly.
with the proper path,
Wonderful.
you know.
Uh-huh.
So such activities, when students have the need to study English, to open the book and do the exercise which teacher asked them to do because they know why they need it, right?
I see.
Um, Also, I had the interview with Patricia from Argentina. You also had she
Yeah.
mentioned something I learned from her I never knew before, something like ludodrama, right? So,
Yes,
so using the
Ludodrama.
drama, so using English, showing to students that it's not only dialects and texts, right? Hi,
Uh-huh.
Ivan.
Hi.
But it is also emotions, even gestures, even
Yes,
our
exactly.
how we look, uh, how we raise our hand when we say this particular phrase or that particular phrase. So
I
it's
see.
drama, right? Because the whole life is drama. We are all actors, Shakespeare said, right? So
Yes.
so
You are right.
this is the English. Such activities where students can feel that this is what they're gonna use immediately after class, right?
I see.
So creativity.
You are right. It's great. Wonderful. Exactly, Olga. Okay. Thank you about the ideas for activities and your
Sure.
experiences with other teachers and your students. All right. So, can I move to other
Yes,
question?
sure.
Okay. So, it's about what do you think about teachers' professional development and what can teachers do for their professional development?
Um, well, of course, I will say, please come watch my interviews, right? Please watch
Yes.
Volkan's interviews, because not because you will learn something new, or you will, the opposite, you will feel like you don't know something, No, it's because network, right? Let's talk to each other. Let's
Exactly.
connect with each other. Let's share the ideas. Let's share the experiences. Say, hey guys, today I did this and this and it didn't work. Can you please tell me what to do? Or,
What to do about it?
it didn't work, but I know how to make it work. So I want to write about it. I want to share it with you, So this is what we can do as development. Just keep connection with each other and share our ups and downs, right? The other thing, follow the content, because now online we have so many resources, right? And we're
Yes.
so blessed. I think if to talk about advantages and disadvantages of the internet era, I want to focus on the advantages, right? So here we are,
Exactly.
here what we share. It can be the website with the resources. There are so many free activities, where you can, but
You are
not only
right.
take something from it, you can contribute, right? You can put there and say, this is what I did, this is my lesson, and this is the worksheet which I want to share with you, dear colleagues,
Exactly.
right? And
Yeah.
yeah, this is what we can do. But of course, no, of course, take some courses. Why not? If you feel that you wish. So if you feel that you will learn, because um, I learn a lot from the courses,
Uh-huh.
because the webinar is good, but it's just teeny tiny piece of information from all of the content which is in
Uh-huh.
this topic, right? Because, for example, with Patricia, we talked about the drama, right?
Yes.
We discussed what it is and how we can use it, but it was just teeny tiny piece of information, and Patricia provides the support for teachers, right? So she's teaching them. And in SR Teaching and Learning, we have the course by Paul Harvey, where for 4 days you have such intensive classes, and Mr. Paul provides teachers with the dialogues, with the
Uh-huh.
activities, with the actions, that you can apply in your classroom. And there are so many variations that you're like, I felt when I participated in this course, I felt like, oh my God, I've been teaching for 10 years and I never knew this. I never knew it. And I was not even, I was not able even to come up to such conclusions, because this is the person who is not only the teacher, he was an actor. And he
Exactly.
combined two knowledges, right? Two areas of knowledge from the acting. So all of these emotions, because language is not only words, it's emotions.
Exactly.
You can tell with no words, only by your face, right? And this also
Yes.
part of English or any other language. But
You are
how to
right.
present it, how to teach it, how to make students not be shy when they practice such dialogue or such exercise, such activity,
Uh-huh.
how to promote their creativity
Yes.
and communication with each other. So, I mean, we can learn so much from different people, and
Uh-huh.
we should.
Definitely. You are right.
And
Okay.
actually, I like the name of the company SR Teaching and Learning, because overall, teaching and learning, we teach and we learn at the same
Learn.
time.
Exactly.
At the
You are
same
right.
time, each and every lesson we learn something,
Of
either
course.
even new idiom, new word, new grammar, because there was some kind of text, some kind of sentence in the IELTS preparation text which I'm not sure about. I need to check or something, right? Because we're not native speakers, we didn't know.
Yes, of
Or
course.
even native speakers sometimes don't know. They're like, wait a second, I have to check, right? And we learn a lot of psychology, a lot of human relations,
Uh-huh.
right? We
You
learn
are
all
right.
the time. We teach and learn, and this is why I love this job. I love this profession, because you do not only contribute, you get something, but by
Of
getting
course.
something, you get even more. So
You are right.
it is so inspiring. And I remember I was explaining to my friends once, they asked something about teaching, how is it? How do you like it or something? And I said, after several classes, I'm so tired, like I'm dead. Yeah.
Dad.
I cannot feel my muscles, I cannot feel my brain, I cannot feel anything. But at the same time, I'm so inspired. I'm like flying. I'm on the seventh heaven, right? So I'm like, I cannot explain it. It's a wonderful feeling because I'm tired and I'm delighted at the same time. I don't know.
It's really complicated feeling, you know. It's very, you know, you
Yeah.
can't imagine. To understand that, you should be a teacher.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you, Olga. So, my other question is about the language education. So, what do you think about the future of language education?
Language education.
Exactly.
Mm. Well, as I mentioned, as it will be going more and more online, right?
Uh-huh.
So probably the teachers will be using more and more of online content, and the students will be surrounded by more and more language. Because
Yes.
let's say in traditional teaching, when the student is kind of beginner, like beginner, elementary, pre-intermediate, their only source of language is their teacher, actually, right? So
Yes.
they would not feel confident to listen to BBC radio or something, or videos, because they would say, I don't understand anything, right? And that's true. But when it goes online, and teachers would be in front of their PCs, or they would create the courses which students watch and then have some weekly classes with the teachers, for example. It will be more and more online content, so more and more online resources. And it means that the resources will be more and more authentic, I believe.
Yes.
And the book will not be the only source of the pictures. So, okay, let's talk about this picture, let's describe it, or let's read this dialogue. It will be much more of information, much more of everything, of
You
listening
are right.
content, of reading content. So I think it's going to grow, of course, because I mean, if we talk about English, so it's undisputable already that English became an international language, right? And as
Yes,
we
you are
said,
right.
everyone understands the need of it, and um, yeah, it becomes more and more popular, and I believe the students will have more and more motivation, right?
You are right. Okay. As you said. Thank you, Olga.
Sure.
So, my other question is about what does an educated person look like today for you? I hope it's not a hard question.
No, it's not, of course. I mean, educated person. First of all, we need to be human beings, I believe. It's not about how much knowledge you have,
You are
but
right.
it's about your behavior, your attitude towards everything what is around you, right? So you
Yeah.
need to be open-minded. We need to okay, it's not like we need. What is an educated person? So, educated person is someone who is open to this world, open to everything, to different thoughts, to different ideas, different um, understandings,
Uh-huh.
uh, different cultures, different habits, different mentalities. And
You're right.
this person wants not to only to be open, kind of tolerated,
Uh-huh.
respected, but learn about it as well, and improve improve himself, improve something what he
Exactly.
doesn't like about anything. So by learning about different practices, he can
Uh-huh.
improve what he doesn't like.
Okay. Good
And
answer.
yeah, human beings, be kind. Yeah, educated person is always kind. They say who is a true lady or who is the true gentleman? So the true lady and the true gentleman are the people who, being with whom you will never feel like they are higher than you
Yeah,
or you are
you
lower.
are right.
So these are people, even if it is the queen and you are just a random person, next to this queen, you will feel like you're two people. So this is her
Exactly.
behavior. So this is
Yeah.
educated person.
Wonderful. So you got the bell. Nice answer. I bell for this.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Olga. So my other question, and I think we are almost coming the end of our session, by the way. It's,
Okay, so fast.
yeah, so fast. I didn't understand how time, passed, but
Oh,
it's great. Almost an hour we're coming. Yeah. So let me come to the next question. My other question is, what is your motto?
oh,
I hope you
you
thought
know,
about it.
yes, yes, yes. Um, I like this one that, okay, it's not about judgment, it's just the saying which I read on the
Uh-huh.
internet and which I keep in mind, okay? So
Okay.
it's said so that the average teacher tells you, okay? The good teacher explains, superior teacher demonstrates, and the great teacher inspires.
Actually, I should have give the bell to this one, but I missed the point. I gave the second bell to you.
Thank you.
Great. It's wonderful. Thank you.
I
It's a
think
great
that
motto.
it was inside of me somehow unconsciously, right? Well, okay, based of course on the experience which I had as a pupil, right? Because we
Uh-huh.
all learn from the very childhood something what we felt uncomfortable with, something what was not good for us, and then we try to apply it to change it during our
Uh-huh.
adulthood, right? And this is what I told you the example with this guy, right, who was the
Yeah.
painter. And I thought, I don't want to just, make him feel so bad. I want to inspire him so that later on, thinking about the English, he will have pleasant thoughts. Okay. And I think this is the inspiration. And then I saw this quote and I thought, yes, I feel it. I feel this quote and I like it, and this is what I want to go with.
Yeah, okay. Eva said you didn't give me any single bell last time because bells, I have been using the bells only just for 2 weeks. I didn't
Oh,
have it before. But I will do it next time, and this one is for you, Eva. Okay, you got it. Okay.
I
All
think
right,
Eva
great.
could get the bell for each and every answer because I
Exactly.
remember that the interview was just outstanding. So
Yeah,
be
wonderful.
sure that
Okay,
you had it.
this was for her. All right. For her session. Okay. And my next question is about what role do you think a government should play in education?
Not to be obstacle for teachers. Because no, but seriously, okay. Also, we had the meeting with the professor, and there was outcome that researchers,
Uh-huh.
people who work on the linguistic approaches, right, and the linguistic science, and they come up with different techniques which come to us gradually, right? Uh, they do not have practical knowledge as we have, teachers, right? And we teachers do not have that knowledge, that deeper knowledge which researchers have, psychologists, linguists, whoever. So probably it would be very good if somehow the
Uh-huh.
governments could connect those two
Yes.
banks
Mm-hmm.
with some bridge that there will be the connection. So the researchers say, you know what, we created here, we made the research, and here are the outcomes, here are the results, so we should change the methodology in such a way. And
I
teachers have
see.
the knowledge, and they say, wait. Okay, this point makes sense, but this particular instrument will not work because, right? So, I mean, there should be interaction with them. And if the government would be able to help this connection,
Uh-huh.
maybe there will be very, very good outcomes of these,
Wonderful.
results.
See, great. Thank you, Eva. I'm sorry, Olga. Oh, I'm so sorry. She was writing, she was
That's
writing, and
okay.
I
Sure.
saw that. Sorry, Olga.
No
Sorry.
worries, no worries, no worries. That's okay.
Okay, okay.
Come on.
Thank you, Olga, for this great answer. All right. So that's all my questions, Olga. And before finish our sessions, as always, I ask, what would you like to say to all the teachers around the world, to the educators to listen to us now and who will listen to us later? So what would you like to say to them as your last words?
When this pandemic started, I
Yeah,
saw there was a post by a mother who is not a teacher, but she has 3 children. And she actually she works in education center where I worked in, but she is a manager of education programs. Okay, she's not a teacher. She has nothing to do with children, but she has children. And there was pandemic, right? So the schools were closed. There was distance learning. And she made a post like, oh my God, teachers, you are saint people. And I was like, yes. I mean, dear colleagues, dear teachers, no matter, even if it is pandemic or not pandemic, it's just regular, normal life, we're doing very, very big job. I do not say
I
that the
agree.
most important or the biggest, no, but we do the big job. And please, please, please be proud of yourself
Exactly.
and just be proud. You are doing great job. And always remember this.
Thank you, Eva. Sorry, Olga. And and uh so thank you, Olga, for this one, and thank you very much for this wonderful answer. And what I would like to say again, thank you to accepting my invitation to
Thank you
join
for
my
inviting
session.
me.
And this it was wonderful session for me and for everybody
For
who
me
listened
too.
to us. And I hope you had a great time because I had a
I
great
did,
time.
definitely.
It was really wonderful session for us. And I would like to say thank you very much to all the listeners and all the people who join us from other countries at this time, and you spend your time with us, and I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and thank you, all of you.
Thank
It
you,
was a very
welcome.
wonderful session. And thank you very much for your experiences, your suggestions, and for your ideas to share with us, and the mostly your time. Your time. You give
Thank
your
you,
time.
Volkan.
Thank you very much, Olga.
Thank you, Volkan. It was a
Okay.
total pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right. So I would like to say also good evening, good night, and good afternoon to all the people who listen to us from here. And see you in the next week with another teacher talk sessions. And bye bye. You
Bye.
are great. Thank you. Bye, Olga.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.